I may not know the president, the owner of the oil and gas company, but I know God. And my Bible says the people that know their God, even though they are weak, it said they shall be strong. Someone say be strong. Hear me. Psalm 119 from verse 97 to 99. Let's hurry up. Psalm 119, 97 to 99. Meditation involves hearing. Meditation involves speaking. Meditation involves the power of your imagination. All of them have to come into play as you meditate. Oh, how I love thy law, he says. It is my meditation. How long? The psalmist, all the day, my meditation. Verse 98. Thou through your commandment hast made me wiser than my enemies, for they are ever with me. Last verse. I have more understanding than my teachers, for your testimonies are my meditation. The secret to my conviction, my meditation, he's saying, or my persuasion, is that I have meditated on that reality. You see, one of the ways you meditate is to repeat thoughts again and again and again. It's a practice till today. Till today, I can play a teaching, play a message, play scriptures, play verses again and again. Sometimes I make declarations myself and record it. Prophetic declarations myself, and I put it on repeat while I sleep. There are times I want to focus on just 2 verses. I meditate on those 2 verses. I first quote them and then make prophetic declarations by myself. They're in my phone, and I play it on repeat, whether I'm awake or sleeping. Sometimes I'm doing my study and they're playing. The goal is not awareness. I'm transporting it to a realm. When it lands that realm, I know that I'm ready for the next step. I've shared with you my story. When God moved us to Abuja, I was praying and trusting God for direction. And God told me, like he did Abraham, get the map of Abuja, get the map of Nigeria, get the map of Africa, get the map of the world. And he said, start praying with those maps. So every time I'm praying, I will place those maps, 4 of them. I still have them till today. And lay my hands. One day, something happened to me. I looked at the map of Abuja and it became small. Very small. The city just became, it's like it just shrunk and it became small. I knew a miracle had happened. I knew Koinonia was ready to start, because that reality of territorial dominion for the sake of his majesty, that's what happened. Hallelujah. But every once in a while, not every time, I revisit those maps again. And now that God is sending us to the nations, I carry that map of the world sometimes and I look at it. And I look at the continents from the eyes of the Creator, not from the eyes of an inhabitant. You can't see that far. But when you stand with the Creator's lens, you will see that there is no nation you cannot conquer. Men like John Knox saw this and they said, God, give me Scotland, not a community, give me that territory. Listen, when you do this, you can see great things. You can put your businesses and say, by God's grace, I will have a global business for the kingdom. People will laugh at you. It's not an attack. It's a usual thing with men. Men are permitted to laugh until your result bail you out. Provided you have not produced result, don't be angry that men laugh and mock. Mockers are a natural pathway to greatness. If you don't find them, you're on the wrong path. Their presence validates that you might be doing something right. So you continue. But when you emerge, you get that thing to your consciousness, you will marvel and wonder at what happens to you. Hallelujah. My dear friend Pastor Shola, when his church got burnt, we went for a conference in his church, and Pastor Poju said something, just a brief session before I came up to preach, and he said something within a few minutes, but it was such a profound blessing. He told the church then, he said, take away the memory from your mind of a burnt church and see a great church that God is building. As simple as that statement was, I said, this is it. The Spirit of God quickened that statement. While we look not at the things that are seen. You have been seeing your disappointment. Every time you look at your passport, you remember the visa you didn't get. You look at the situation and you see yourself as a beggar forever. You see yourself as a weak man of God in competition with other men of God, or getting angry. That is the reason why it keeps you like that. You need to wipe that vision out of your mind. You must have control over your meditation. Finally, brethren, Philippians chapter 4, I believe in verse 8, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, Koinonia, help me, think on these things. Anything that is outside this list, the Bible is giving you an advice that meditating on them is a risk to your destiny.